Welcome everyone to the brand new week and the new year, the main week in the new year. Welcome everyone. Today we are looking at the art of buying and selling. What does it involve to buy and sell in the market? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to be analyzing the market to help you understand how to analyze it on your own, what to look out for. We'll talk about the different ways of looking into the market to help you find, buy, or sell in the market. That is what we do, and what it involves and all of that. We'll also look at the economic calendar, take a look at what we have for the week and how we are going to be preparing ourselves for it. Okay. So welcome once again, everyone. Use the chat box. The chat box is there whether you're joining me on YouTube or you're joining me in the beginner's room, ensure to use the chat. I'll be here looking at the chat. If you have questions relating to the market and what's going on at the moment, what we're expecting within the week and all of that, you can as well ask me that question in the comment section. I'll be here looking at them. Welcome, Dele. Good to have you. How are you doing today? How was the holiday? Okay, let's bring out the economic calendar. So for the economic calendar, looking at what we have in the week, we have some news that is going to affect some of the major currencies. So I'm going to be focusing on the ones that have high impact, and I'm also going to be looking at just the major currency pairs that I like to trade. Um, we see inflation reports for Swissy. Let's see, that's on Tuesday. Today, what we have for USD that is still expected is a factor of the month over month for November. That is still expected to be seen. Gio, good to have you here. How are you doing? Welcome to the class with me today. And welcome to a brand new year. Wish all of us success and more peeps this year. Inflation report for the euro area is also expected for tomorrow. It's quite important to pay attention to it. This will help us have an idea of what is expected in when it comes to inflation, interest rates, and all of that for the euro area henceforth, at least within the first quarter. So paying attention to the inflation report, I think it's quite an important one. Um, for that same tomorrow, balance of trade for Canada and ISM service for the US, ISM service PMI for US for the US, monthly CPI indicator for Australia tomorrow on Wednesday, and PPI for Euro area as well on Wednesday. FOMC meeting for the US on Wednesday. We have Australia, we have balance of trade and resale sales on Thursday. Yes, there are so many other ones too that you can look at depending on what you trade, but I'm focusing on just most of the major currencies that I like to trade. Retail sales year over year and month over year, month over month was fine. Initial jobless claim for the US for Thursday as well. Unemployment rate for Switzerland. I think those are just the major ones that we're expecting and that we want to pay attention to within the area. We also have some of the countries from the Euro area, the individual countries in the Euro area have quite some number of news to expect. And we do not want to forget that the coming Friday is the first Friday of the month. So we are going to be expecting the NFP. I think that's basically the major one that we will be expecting for the week, the employment report too for Canada. So main news that I think I will be paying attention to is toward the end of the week. Yes, there are some for the week, like the inflation report we're expecting for the euro area tomorrow, something we want to pay attention to. But of course, the non-farm payroll and for the US and the employment report for the Canadian for Canada is also something to pay attention to for Friday. So we're going to be looking at how the market is moving, and we would also be planning on how we'll be trading within this week. It's quite important to pay attention to these things as they can go a long way in helping us determine how we will be trading the market. Okay, so we've seen all of that now. Let's move on and discuss um how we will analyze the market for the week. When it comes to the heart of buying and selling, what do we look out for? Hanifa, good to have you. Good to have you. Did I say how was yours? Mine was beautiful too. It was really an interesting one. Thank you, thank you. Anifa, my network is poor, but I will keep on. So practically, I have not seen anything as much as I would like to watch or learn. Oh, I see. You can try to work on the network. I believe that it will be better as you remain in the class. So we are basically starting by looking at the economy events that we have for the week, because I believe that it will help us to some extent in preparing ahead for the week and knowing how we are going to be trading in the week. Having an understanding of the kind of expectation when it comes to fundamentals in the market for the week. And that can give us some level of idea on when it comes to how we're going to be trading, especially the major currencies. Okay. So knowing that this is NFP week is something that will also help us to prepare well ahead and know how we're going to be trading the currencies, the US dollar. Okay, we have Don Vince. Good to have you, Don. How are you doing? Welcome to the new year as well. So how are you guys doing? Do you have your trading plan ready? What do you want to do differently this year in the markets? So let's share with us. Dele, I believe that you have a lot of plans for the new year, so you may want to share with us as well. Let's see what you plan for the year and what you want to do differently. How did you perform last year, and what are you looking out for in the new year? Nandam, good to have you. How are you doing? How was the holiday? Welcome to the class. Okay, so we understand that there are different ways of analyzing the market. When it comes to market analysis, this is what we do when we talk about the art of buying and selling. We want to analyze the market, understand what we are looking out for, what is happening in the market, how is price behaving, and what is causing this kind of behavior, what is likely going to happen from here. Is price going to continue? Maybe moving to the upside, or is it going to change direction? All of that are what we see. And we have the opportunity of the chart. The price chart is there for us. That kind of gives us like we're able to see virtually what it is, how the market is moving. We can see patterns, we can see symbols, of how the prices are moving, which can make it easy for us to um, analyze the behavior of price, which in essence will also help us determine how we're going to be trading in the future. For instance, I have opened the chart of GBP Canadian dollar for on the weekly time frame, and it is clear to us that this is an uptrending market. The question is this going to continue up, or is there a possibility that there's going to be a change in the direction? All right, so that's what we are going to be looking for at the beginning of a week like this. I can see that last week candle was an engulfing bearish. All right, engulfing bearish candle. However, the way that candle closed, it seems that at the close of the candle, the sellers were already not so strong to continue pushing the price down because they couldn't push below the 20 moving average. And you will also see they could not push below an area that we can use as like a kind of support because the price pushed up from there a couple of times in the last few weeks. So the price couldn't push past that level to the downside. Yes, it's actually pushed past it, but it couldn't close below that level. It closed just above that level. And that can also mean that the initial uptrend is likely going to continue. Yes, we had seen that one candle, but the trend itself, what does it show us? There's a likelihood of continuation. What else am I saying? there. I can also see a V pattern. The price had formed like a V pattern. What kind of pattern is a V pattern? It's a bullish pattern because a lot of the time, if you see it like this, price had retraced to the 50 moving average when it got all the way up here. And then immediately it also pushed all the way back to where it was coming from. Normally, if this is going to continue as downtrend, this is what I would expect. As it pushes down like this, if there's going to be any move to the upside, it should be like a pullback, all right? I'll be expecting that it's a pullback, that the price just makes a little bit of high and then it starts to go down again. In that case, I'll be expecting to see characteristics of a downtrend where we have lower high form and then a lower low to help me confirm that this trend is changing, moving away from uptrend into a downtrend. But in this case, what happened? After the price had pushed down like this, it goes ahead to go form a high that is around the same area with the last high. So that makes it like a V pattern. And then when I have a V pattern, when the price goes to the neckline like that, I expect pullback like this and then continuation. All right. It isn't about the V pattern itself, but the general story it is telling me about how the price is moving, what is happening in the market. It's what I want to pay attention to. It is what will give me an idea of what I want to do next. So analyzing this way gives me an idea of what how price is behaving, and that now is giving me an opportunity to determine how I want to trade because of my expectation in the market. I have seen in the past that if patterns like this form in such an uptrending market, that the price is likely going to continue to the upside. So that's one thing that can help me determine what I want to do next. However, I may go ahead and do other form of analysis so that I can make my analysis more robust. I want to understand why is the market mainly in an uptrend and why is there a possibility that it continues to the upside. To do that, I may then go ahead and do analysis like fundamental analysis, look into the economy, what's happening in the UK economy so that I understand what's happening with British pound. And then I go to Canada economy, what's happening there, comparing that with the UK economy, which do I think is stronger. This kind of analysis can give me an understanding of what is likely going to happen in the long run. And if I then am able to discern this based on the two ways of analyzing the market now, which is the technical and the fundamental, then it becomes easier for me to want to make decision based on that. But I may also even decide that I want to make it even more robust by going ahead to do sentimental analysis. And what's this one? Having an understanding of the feeling or the mood of the markets, how traders, the buyers and sellers, what do they feel about this market? Are there more buyers for a particular instrument or are there more sellers? And one thing that makes it easy for me to do this analysis is what we have on our site, the sentiment analysis from the side. So I can go ahead and look at that one as well to help me make my decision. Okay, so let's go take a look at that. Um, okay, I have to take from where I logged in to make it easy for me to get there. It has to be from your login. Okay. All right, so we have the from the market intelligence where you have your login. You go to the market intelligence and then you type. So in this case, let me type GBP card. Let me search for the instrument and then use that to analyze what's happening. So we have 37% buying, 63% selling. Now we'll go back to the market. What were we looking to do before? That this is likely going to be bullish because this is a V pattern and the price has been mainly in an uptrend. However, more uh, people are selling. So what could be which one should I do in that case? Um, the instrument you just analyze on weekly has a divergence. Yes, it has. Do I call this a divergence? This is not the higher high, but let me see.